Jesus says, "What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he loses one of them, does not leave the 99 in the wilderness and go after the one which is lost until he finds it?" Luke 15, verse 4. Shepherds were near the bottom of the social ladder. Caring for sheep was the lowest of the legitimate occupations, ranking just above the outcast line, below which were tax collectors and other irreligious sinners. Shepherds were uneducated and unskilled, and were increasingly viewed in the post-New Testament era as dishonest, unreliable, and unsavory. So much so that they were not permitted to testify in court. Sheep had to be watched and cared for 7 days a week, leaving shepherds unable to fully comply with the Pharisees' man-made Sabbath regulations. Because they were in continual violation of those regulations, shepherds were perpetually ceremonially unclean. For shepherds to ask the scribes and Pharisees to imagine themselves in the role of a shepherd was insulting. No Pharisee would demean himself by becoming a shepherd, not even hypothetically. By challenging them to put themselves in the imaginary shepherd's place, the Lord once again attacked their pride. When a close family member is lost, you cannot be at rest until he or she is found. Whether the person knows it or not, the Bible describes every person who does not know Jesus Christ as being lost. In what is perhaps the saddest verse in the Bible, Paul described the former condition of his Gentile readers, quote, "You were at that time separate from Christ, excluded from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers to the covenants of promise, having no hope and without God in the world." David Guzik says many rabbis of that time believed that God received the sinner who came to him the right way. But in the parable of the shepherd and the sheep, Jesus taught that God actively seeks out the lost. He does not grudgingly receive the lost. Instead, he searches after them. God finds the sinner more than the sinner does find God. Have you ever thought of connecting God's long-suffering and willingness to seek out every lost sheep with the rapture? Perhaps when we are tempted to moan and groan that Jesus hasn't returned yet, we would do well to remember this parable. God bless.